Hey guys, welcome back to Sparky Built, and today we are introducing to the channel our 1954 Chevrolet 210 two-door. I think it's a coupe, maybe a post, I don't know. It's a car.
It's not a Bel Air.
It's not a Bel Air. No, we're not that cool. This is Anthony's car. He bought it about 8 years ago. It's been off the road since probably 1992, maybe 82. I don't know. Anthony's had it for about 8 years now, and about 5 years ago we drove it. He got it. It went to my dad's. I think that was in the same neighborhood.
It was in the same neighborhood, a street over.
And then from then, about 5 years ago, it drove from my dad's neighborhood to here, which is about 2.5 miles.
Yeah.
And it's been sitting in the mud ever since, as you guys saw. So now we've decided to pull it out, and Anthony's going to give you guys a walk around, show you what we're working with.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and start with the front here. And my grill is completely shot. I mean, this section might be salvageable, but my turn signals are gone, and I can't. It's all corroded. So bumper got some custom patina on there. Patina. Headlight bezels. I believe I replaced those.
Yes, I saw the old one sitting in the floorboard.
Yeah, so I replaced these. Barely hanging on. Had to pull those off, take a look, make sure they're secure. Let's go over here to the side. So on the side, we got a little bit of shinage. A little bit of shinage here, but not too much. As you can see, I'm missing some, and I got some custom air holes and a little bit of Bondo. Just a little bit, not a couple spots. You know, I guess that's how they used to repair cars. Just slap the Bondo on and called it a day, right?
See how thick we could get it?
Yeah, yeah.
We got trampoline going on with the hood. Let me see if I can get out of the way so you guys can see it. You just kind of jump on right there.
Jumping for a good time.
And bring your kids with you.
That's right. And then the back over here, got a little, you know, this, when I bought this, it just had the Bondoage. And somebody decided they wanted to give us some custom air vents, or, you know, what do you call it? What would you call that?
Custom aerodynamics.
There we go, custom aerodynamics. So top's pretty good. It's solid, no pinholes or hardly any dents. I see a little bit of something right there, but I'm not too worried about that. And as far as the glass goes, it's solid except for the driver door. So let's go ahead and take a look in the trunk, see what we got back there.
All right, to the trunk.
To the trunk. Let me get the key. Thanks, Josh. Got the key. And before I open this trunk up, got some just in case you don't have the key to the trunk, you can just reach up inside there and get whatever you need. I'm going to use this custom key here to unlock the trunk. And there we are inside. Got a custom fuel tank. Holds about, I want to say 2.5 gallons, 3 gallons maybe. Spare trunk deck. We can just go ahead and reach into the reach on the ground with that. And then as far as the trunk goes, it's in bad shape. I mean, the deck part here is good, but the end I'm not sure what this is called, but it's completely rotten out. So we'll have to address that. And the same thing with the trunk itself. It's getting pretty eat up. And let's see what else we got back here.
Ooh, original
hubcap. Oh, got one hubcap. Got a hubcap. I got heater tube, air breather, and one of those electronic modules.
Oh, need that for the camper.
You might need that. So there's the trunk. Let's go ahead and move on over to this other side and take a look at it. Oh, look, I forgot to mention my customized taillights. Look at that. You ain't gonna find one like that around, non-chromed. That's the original taillight. I believe we sandblasted them. I can't remember. Aftermarket lenses. And, you know, just when you're young and on a budget, you got to do what you got to do, right? So as far as the gas tank, it's empty. This side I'm missing some. I got some trim. Missing some trim. A little bit more Bondo here. My Bondo there, and this part I don't know what to really do with yet. But we got some holes, and we'll figure all that out. I might just leave it alone and drive it as it is if we can get it running. Driver's side door is missing the glass, and started to take it apart, but it's pretty rotten. The trim that holds the glass is basically gone, is disintegrated. And let's go ahead and move to the inside, huh?
Yeah. I'll meet you over there.
Okay.
What a wonderful noise.
Are you? Yes, it is. All right, so when we get to the inside, all the floorboards are pretty much there. I mean, a little bit of fiberglass over the top of the original, but hey, I don't see any ground. Maybe just a little bit, but we'll not worry about that. Headliner, got some insulation if anybody needs some for the house.
It's horrible. I lost my breath in there for 30 seconds.
Yeah, we'll get that out before we do anything else, because I just ugh. And the seat is it's there. Yeah. When I parked this thing, I thought we had taken all the foam out, but that was just on the back seat, the back. Help me out.
The rear seat?
Rear seat, the bottom of it.
Oh, just the bottom?
Just the bottom of the rear seat, and the top's still there. It's actually intact, starting to show its age a little bit now. The dash. Can you come in here and look at the dash, or can you see it? So basically, the dash is unmolested. They didn't even cut a hole out for the radio. The glove box, the box was there, but it looked like maybe over the past couple of years of just sitting, it finally found its maker and some moisture. Let's see, clutch feels good. Gas pedal. Oh yeah. Just don't go barefoot with that.
Where's the rest of it?
Do we want to go ahead and try the brakes?
Sure.
Oh.
They worked before. 5 years ago, before the mud.
Let's see.
Oh, still have brakes.
We got something. I hear it. I think we might have some brakes. We'll just have to wait and see. Speedometer 110. Let's see, mileage 50,555 times 300,000. Temperature, battery, oil pressure, and gasoline. And we even got a little clock here. So
I wonder if that still works.
I really doubt it.
Let's show them what this thing's putting out for power.
All right, let's do it.
I don't think you guys are ready for this.
Get ready. Never seen before. Never seen this before. Whew, hold yourselves. Look at all those horsepowers.
Can't see them in the shadow. Oh, there they are.
Don't let them out. Don't let them out.
Stay still.
So basically, we have the stock 6-cylinder 235, I believe it is. I'd have to go back and look. It's been a while. Single barrel carburetor. Got one of those Bluetooth coils. You know, it's invisible to the man, to the naked eye. And this is a 6-volt car. And we ran, so it that's one of the other issues, is that we never ran it because it was 6-volt and have 12-volt coil. It needs a little bit of work. So, but we're gonna work on it.
So, what are the known problems and what's your plan?
All right. So the known problems are, we parked it. We got it here, and popped the hood, and what did we see? Smoke coming out. Do you remember? and one of the oil lines had actually separated from the motor, so it's just spitting oil out. And so we shut it off at that time, and I never ordered a oil line. And looking at it, that's not a vacuum line. That was actual oil line there. So all dry rotted, and I believe that the other one is dry rotted. Other known issues, man, I tell you what, it cranked right up every time. Carburetor, I think maybe flooded a little bit, but you hit that key and it fired right off.
So it's going to be a matter of converting it to 12 volt.
So 12 volt conversion. Figure out if we want to run aftermarket oiling system, or just get new hydraulic hoses for the existing canister.
And then we're going to put a Holly Sniper EFI carburetor on there.
Absolutely, and a CNC aluminum head. Since this, the only problem with these motors is it has a Siamese intake port, so it shares a port on the middle, so it just doesn't get enough airflow. Let's take a look at the water. That's not good.
I heard air.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh no. So apparently I must have left water in here during the freeze, and might either have a cracked block or some blown freeze plugs. So let's hope it's just the freeze plugs. Other issues, wiring is chewed up, so we'll probably have to end up rewiring the whole thing. No big deal. Steering is sloppy. I mean, you know, just
Stuff typical for a 1954.
yes. Steering sloppy. We just need to get it, you know, some lights put on it, and interior, you know, at least something sitting on the interior, and then go from there. But the first thing I think we want to do is just try to get this motor running.
Yep.
All right, so like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and come follow us on the journey to get this thing back on the road. Thanks for watching.